first, I do have to thank all the sponsors. Some of them are here. I think that's maybe one of the changes in format, is that we were able to get more sponsors this year than we have in a long time. And I really appreciate them. We have large companies, pharma companies, smaller diagnostic companies. It's really been fantastic. The interest is just continues to go up, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate this support. The meeting structure. We continue to separate. The meeting is divided into two main parts. We separate it into sort of the screening part, into the early diagnosis and the early treatment. And we've done that as part of our research right from the beginning. And we treat it in the conference as sort of separate topics, sort of the I-ELCAP part and the I-ELCAP part. We're going to be giving updates on screening practice, but we're also giving a lot of updates just on the newest technologies, and not just technologies of screening itself, but technologies around early diagnosis and around early treatment and around communication and around monitoring of quality. We have some really fantastic talks in the technology section. The primary mission of I-ELCAP, as Claudia said, is to foster clinical research and collaboration. And I just want to say that this is not a teaching conference. I hope that people learn things here, but really it's always been about a little bit of fostering collaborations in research, clinical research, making collaborations, being provocative, sometimes maybe too provocative. But that's always been the goal, is to really try to find sort of where things need to be advanced. And, you know, there's teaching along the way. But again, the focus really has been to have people here come away with the idea that what can we do to further advance this mission? So we have case presentations with expert panel discussions. This we started, we've been doing this a little bit on and off, but it's really become a main feature of this meeting. And we're going to have that again for the diagnostic and therapeutic sessions. We're doing more panel discussions this year. I find those panel discussions, and we're doing them in different ways. We're having panel discussions where it's just the moderator giving an introduction and questioning the panelists. And we're also having another method where the panelists are also giving brief presentations within the panel discussion. But it also means that we get more speakers and the talks are shorter. We have symposia this year. This is the first time we've really done symposia, and we're having before meeting symposia and during lunchtime symposia. It gives us a chance to hear a bit more in depth with longer talks. And finally, we're having the inaugural Marilyn and Jim Simons keynote lecture, which Claudia will tell you all about because she is the presenter of the inaugural lecture. We also were endorsed this year by the ISLB, the International Society of Liquid Biopsy, which, you know, if you look at that logo, it's kind of clever. You see the little red blood droplet, I think, coming off. That's the president of the ISLB this year is Christian Ralfo, who is at Mount Sinai with us, and he organized that session, and we have a lot of really fantastic speakers. We were also endorsed this year by the IASLC, and we're really delighted for their endorsement. One of their representatives, who I don't see yet, is going to, oh, there she is, Casey is here. Casey, and the ISLC, I want to say, is really the preeminent organization for bringing together research in lung cancer. They're encouraging radiologists to join, and I've promised them that I would do my best to encourage radiologists to join. I think it's really a wonderful opportunity for radiologists. There's a shift in, you know, in thinking about lung cancer. I see it from the diagnostic companies and the pharma companies towards early lung cancer. And while radiologists have a role in all aspects of lung cancer, I think in particular, early lung cancer is a really wonderful area. And I think that we need to play a deeper role in the ISLC and interacting. So I really encourage everybody to join. The teaching file that the cases, many of the cases that you'll see presented today is on, which we developed in I-ELCAP. We're now working with ISLC to transfer it, to have them hosting it. And I think it'll hopefully get even a bigger participation globally. So we'll be encouraging people to send cases to that. The people who are heading that are Dorit Shacham from Israel, a radiologist, and Nataya Tripurdet, a pulmonologist. She is at the Princess Hospital in Thailand. And yeah, I think it's wonderful that we have those two disciplines working. They also, both of them were fellows of ours, so we particularly like that. Clinical Imaging is a print journal, and they also obviously have an online presence, and we've been speaking with them. Both myself and Claudia are on the editorial board of this journal and have been since the inception of this journal back in the late 1990s. They've expressed an interest now in this conference and an eagerness to publish works that come out from this meeting. And so if anybody who's heading sessions is interested in having the sessions, summarizing the sessions and presenting it as a manuscript, I can't guarantee it'll get accepted. It still has to go through a peer review process. But I think some of the topics we have here are really terrific, and I can guarantee you a rapid review. I think they're, as I said, quite interested in some of the topics that we have here, and I think that's a terrific transition for us to. Also, I-ELCAP is thinking of putting out certain guidance documents from this group themselves. We'll post them on our website. We're encouraging people who have ideas to come and speak with us. I think some of the topics might include statements about image quality, protocols, key components of screening conversations. These are some of the things. I-ELCAP, I think, has a lot to say in all of these topics. And I think we should have a document that's available for people to reference or possibly quote. And we're building also a collaborative forum to develop new software utilizing our existing infrastructure and unique databases. This will all become available, and we're going to be developing a collaborative software package, which I can't tell you more right now, but you will hear a lot of this in Claudia's keynote speech about what our dreams and visions are in this regard. And finally, we're planning our next meeting in Egypt, in Cairo at the National Cancer Center. The head of oncology of that cancer center is here, Ola Khorshid, and she and I are going to be getting to know each other a lot better in the next few months in building a protocol. So if anybody has topics and ideas that they think would be interesting to make as part of that meeting, please come and speak to either of us or Claudia, and we'd be delighted to include that. That, I think, concludes our updates. Thank you.